Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Board of Education meeting on Tuesday, January 15th. It is 6 p.m. and I'd like to call this meeting to order. If you could please rise for us for the Pledge of Allegiance and a guest starter for our pledge tonight.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Tell me your name, sweetheart. What is it? Aaron?
Yeah.
Thank you, Aaron, for leading the Pledge of Allegiance for us this morning. Or this evening, whatever the day and time it is. It's not 6 a.m.? Okay, roll call, please.
Ms. Jetsi.
Here.
Ms. McCarthy.
Here.
Ms. Saxon.
Here.
Mr. Buren.
Here.
Mr. Bachman. Here.
Finalization of agenda? Anything to add? Thank you. Approval of minutes. It is recommended the Board of Education approve the video transcribed meeting minutes for December 18, 2018. Further, it is recommended that a written summary of the special and regular minutes for the meetings on December 3rd, December 19th, and December 18th be approved. Moved.
Second.
Moved by Ms. Saxon, second by Mr. Vaca. Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Saxon.
Yes.
Mr. Bachman. Yes. Ms. Jetsi.
Yes.
Mr. Buren.
Yes.
Ms. McCarthy.
Yes. That takes us to Superintendent Treasurer's report.
Thank you, Madam President. We have a number of items this evening to bring attention to our great community, and we will start with our Students of the Month. Every month we honor students who are doing great things in their buildings and really standing up to Rangers Strong. And we begin with the early childhood learning community and Mrs. Vance.
Good evening, I'm Mrs. Vance, and tonight I have the pleasure of introducing two of our Students of the Month. Our first Student of the Month that we have is Parker Bruin. Parker, can you wave? Good job. And Parker is in Mrs. Gerald's class, and he is in our preschool program. And she says that Parker is always such a happy student and shows a great love for learning. He loves puzzles, which he can do a puzzle like nobody's business, and can fit them together. They call him at school the Puzzle King. For such a young person, he follows routines well and works hard at all his centers. He has become independent at working on games and learning concepts and on the smartboard. He enjoys music and movement, and he follows along with books and music and jumps up and down and does other simple movements which he enjoys. It is such a pleasure to have Parker in our building. He always brings a smile to our face every day. Congratulations. And next I have the pleasure of introducing Amanda Serafino. And Amanda, can you wave? Let's slide you over a little bit. She has this beautiful dress that she picked out tonight. She wanted to tell her. And she's already waving. And Amanda is in Mrs. Contine's classroom in kindergarten. And Mrs. Contine says that Amanda is a wonderful student in so many ways. She comes to school each day with a smile on her face, and she is always ready to learn. Her easygoing attitude and politeness makes her a great friend to others, and she is always willing to lend an extra hand in the classroom. Amanda does a great job with all her areas of academics, and she is definitely Ranger Strong in kindergarten. When Amanda grows up, she wants to be a vet, and she has a fish named Bubbles and a dog named Peter. Oh, okay, maybe I wasn't supposed to share that. Congratulations to Amanda.
Hello everyone, my name is Mitch Sheffrin and I'm the principal of Liberty School. And it is my honor to introduce Leah Harrison from Mrs. Sheehan's class. She's in second grade. And this is what Mrs. Sheehan has to say. Oh, before I get into that, when I met with Leah, I got to know a little bit of her interests. She loves to paint. She loves to play board games with her parents. And her favorite trip was to Florida. So, that we all wish we were in Florida right now. Mrs. Sheehan said, Leah is a Ranger Strong student. Every day Leah comes to school ready to learn and participate in all of our lessons. She compliments others' work and she puts all her best effort in everything she does. Leah is polite and kind to all members in our school. She is an outstanding student and role model to her peers. Excellent job, Leah. Introduce Greg Plantner from NRAC.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Greg Plantner, the principal of 3rd and 4th grade here at the Academic Center. We have 2 students of the month each month that are recognized at the board meeting. One of our students of the month, Haley Walters, was not able to attend this evening, but I did want to briefly recognize her. Unfortunately, her mother is ill, so she wasn't able to bring her this evening. I do have with me, however, Hollis Alexander. Hollis is our other student of the month for this month. He is from the grade 3 Teal Studio, and he is in Mrs. Regal's homeroom. These are what Hollis's teachers had to say about him. We've selected Hollis Alexander as our January Student of the Month because Hollis excels at setting goals and achieving them. When he sets a goal, he sees it as a challenge to meet and then exceed. For example, Hollis was determined to be the best typer he could be. He's now at Unit 6 of 10 on Typing Agent, and his highest typing score is 35 words in 19 seconds. That's certainly better than I can. Accelerated reading goals are also very important to Hollis, so much so that he's exceeded his AR goal each month, wanting to make it onto the monthly recognition board in the hallway. When we began multiplication in October, he set his goal to learn all of his multiplication facts, and he has done so. He's received 100% on each of his time tests that we have taken so far. His latest goal has been to learn long division, and he's doing extremely well at this as well. He's been so eager to learn that he comes in each day asking for new, more challenging problems to solve. He has a small group of peers that have even asked him if he can show them how to divide, and he's always happy to help. Hollis has encouraged his peers to also take their goals seriously and do their best to reach their goals every day. That is why it's with great pleasure and pride that we nominate Hollis Alexander for our January Student of the Month. Well done. Next we have Mrs. Armbruster, the principal of 5th through 8th grade.
Good evening, and thank you. I'm honored to be here to show off 2 of our fantastic students at the Academic Center. Tonight we are focusing on, or this month for January, we focused on our music department for our 2 students of the month. And I'm going to start with Madeline. Madeline Kumchak, raise your hand. She's from intermediate school. She was nominated by the music department. They would like to nominate her for Student of the Month. She was chosen for her outstanding accomplishments with setting and reaching goals, focusing on her singing in 6th grade choir, and playing the flute in 6th grade band. Even though her music teachers do not see her every day, she is prepared, if not more prepared than other students that have class every day in 7th and 8th grade. Madeline gives 100% even when she is not being tested. We look forward to spending many years with Madeline and sharing her growth as a musician and as a North Ridgeville Ranger. Keep being awesome, Madeline. You truly are a Ranger Strong. Nice job. And then you all got to meet Erin Cooper as she led us in the pledge tonight. Thank you, Erin. You did a great job. This is directly from Ms. Arnica. She wrote this, her band teacher, so as I read it, you'll understand that. We have chosen Erin Foodford for Student of the Month. Erin began playing her trumpet in band as a 6th grader, a year later than most other musicians in band. Because instructionally, she was a year behind her peers, she had to work very hard to catch up, and she did. This year, she continues to set challenging goals for herself and her musicianship and practices harder than any other band student. Every couple of weeks, she comes to me at the end of class, and she asks if she can play something for me. And I'm consistently blown away by the progress she has made. And on top of her willingness to work hard and challenge herself, Erin is one of the kindest, most thoughtful students I've had the pleasure to teach. Her smile is contagious. She truly is Ranger strong. I want to say thank you to the community for the support of our arts programs. We have wonderful programs, wonderful staff, and the board for supporting these programs for our students and these extracurriculars for them. And now I'm going to introduce Mr. Thomas Henry, principal. We usually go with High Tech Academy. Coach Durkin at the High Tech Academy.
Hi, I'm Melissa Durkin. I'm principal at Ridgeville High Tech Academy, and I'm honored to have 2 of our learners with me today who've been nominated by their coaches as Student of the Month. First, we have Susie Kaiser, and Susie was nominated by Coach Jeffrey. And Coach Jeffrey has to say that Susie is a model of Ranger strong behavior. She always puts forth her best effort both inside and outside of school. Susie's strength and determination in the gym has helped her gain confidence required to persevere through challenges she faces in the classroom. This has also led her to assist others when they are challenged by a task. Susie always has a positive attitude, and her positive energy is infectious. For all of these reasons, I recommend Susie Kaiser as recipient of January Student of the Month Award. Good job, Susie. And our other Student of the Month was nominated by Coach Sebastian, and this is Paxton Hill. So Paxton embodies Ranger strong behavior both inside and outside of school. Each day, he brings positive energy and a strong work ethic with him to the classroom. When faced with a new challenge, Paxton patiently perseveres until he achieves mastery. He works well with peers and encourages them to work through difficult tasks with kindness and a sincere willingness to take advantage. Paxton's love of soccer has helped him to cultivate a strong sense of teamwork. He makes all of his 5th grade colleagues feel that their contribution to team discussions and projects is valued. He has been observed by his teachers to help his teammates stay on task, providing both positive and constructive feedback and supporting others when needed. For all these reasons, I recommend Paxton Hill as recipient of January Student of the Month.
Good evening. I'd like to introduce our 2 North Ridgeville High School January Students of the Month. Before I do that, I'd just like to take a second to thank Big Frog Custom T-shirts. All the students that are Students of the Month get this little certificate that's good for a free T-shirt. So I'd like to thank Big Frog T-shirts for donating that for us. On the right, my right, is Jordan Burkhead. Jordan was nominated by Mr. Sinsel, an industrial technology teacher. And a little bit about Jordan when she grows up. She wants to go to college. She doesn't know what she wants to study, but she wants to work at a nonprofit. Her favorite class at the high school is art. She's involved in GSA, and outside of school, she fosters cats and volunteers at Friendship APL. Mr. Sinsel had this to say when nominating Jordan. He said, she comes in here every day during her study hall and works with the special needs students in class and does a great job. The kids love her. She works hard, she's very patient, and I can't say enough about her. So congratulations, Jordan Burkett. The next Student of the Month is Austin Schau. Austin was nominated by Ms. Esser, a social studies teacher. A little bit about Austin. When he grows up, he wants to be a doctor, and for a reason that will become evident to you, he would like to work with patients who have pediatric cancer. His favorite class is history. And he's involved at North Ridgeville High School. He's going to play baseball in the spring, and starting next year he wants to play football. What Miss Esser wrote was that Austin was diagnosed with cancer 3.5 years ago. Right before Christmas break, he finished his last chemo treatment and was recently diagnosed cancer-free, or determined to be cancer-free. Austin has always been positive in class and friendly with everyone. He never used his chemo treatments as an excuse not to get his work done on time or as an excuse to not do well on his exams. Very proud to mention Austin Schaut as our January Student of the Month.
Well, thank you all. We are so fortunate to have these students in our district, and they really do stand for Ranger Strong and all that we embody as a school district. But without awesome staff, we don't have awesome students. So we also would like to take a moment to recognize our January staff members of the month, and I will turn it over to Assistant Superintendent Keith Ahern to do so.
Good evening. On behalf of the Board of Education, it's my privilege to recognize 2 staff members, 1 certified and 1 support staff, for January staff recognition. Staff recognition candidates are nominated by their peers for their contributions to North Ridgeville City Schools community and their significant impact on the students and families that they serve and support every day. I'm pleased to recognize Kyle Caddy. If you can come forward, please. Kyle Caddy is a science teacher at the North Ridgeville Academic Center, and we're lucky to have his expertise as part of our staff. One of his nominators wrote, "Kyle Caddy makes learning fun for students. He's energetic and funny while keeping all of his students engaged. Students look forward to going to science class because they never know what's going to happen, but they know it will be fantastic." On a daily basis, one can hear students asking, "What did Mr. Caddy do in class today?" Or, "I can't wait to go to science today." This speaks volumes about his teaching style and dedication to his profession. He uses technology in the classroom to help all of his students succeed. Teaching his students science is what he was hired to do, but Kyle does much more than teach. He motivates the shy student to find his or her voice and encourages all students to do a little more. He's well-rounded and a team player who often volunteers without hesitation to help colleagues who are not computer savvy with new and exciting ways to teach lessons. Frequently, he goes the extra mile by attending after-school events, by supporting his students while they're on the court, field, or stage. For these reasons and many, many more, I proudly nominate Kyle Caddy for staff recognition. Congratulations to him. So next, it's my pleasure to introduce Ms. Julie Bagala, paraprofessional for North Ridgeville City Schools. She will come up at the Academic Center. Ms. Gala has made positive impacts for students and her colleagues. One of her many nominators wrote the following: "Julie is one of the best paraprofessionals in our district for numerous reasons. She's always willing to help out with any student. She treats all students with kindness and respect regardless of the situation. In turn, the students respect and trust her, which is equally important. Julie has a very empathetic and nurturing approach to students. In addition, Julie will often take it upon herself to work with a group of students without being asked by the teacher. For example, she recently worked with some of our resource room students on a science project. She helped the boys work through their poster and their presentation. The boys were so excited and proud to show off their accomplishments. We are truly blessed to have Julie as part of the NRAC staff. Congratulations."
Thank you both, and on behalf of the Board of Education and the staff. Awesome, thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good evening. So January is always Board of of Education Recognition Month, and we want to take a moment to honor the members of the North Ridgeville Board of Education for their commitment to our district. These 5 individuals are dedicated to the mission of providing students with the best opportunities for future growth and development to ultimately meet the needs of each of our individual and unique students. To begin this recognition, I first have the pleasure of introducing Safety Service Director Jeff Armbruster. He is here this evening to present the board with a proclamation on behalf of the city of North Ridgeville.
And honestly, before I start, it takes a strong community, the schools and the cities working together to make this community the strongest in Lorraine County. And with that, bearing from, sorry that Mayor Gillock is not here, but the board's mission on our side is to, the North Ridgeville School Board is to provide all students with the best possible education. The board sets direction for our community's public schools by envisioning their educational future. The board sets policies and procedures to govern all aspects of the district operations. The board keeps attention and focused on progress towards the school goals and maintains two-way communications between all residents and the community. Serving on the school board requires an unselfish devotion because you all know how much money you get paid. Not much, believe me. But you have to be really interested in what you do. You must respond on behalf of the community and educational needs of the students, the teachers, and everybody in the community. And you voluntarily accept the above-mentioned responsibilities. Now therefore, be it resolved that I, not me, but Mayor G. David, do hereby proclaim the month of January 2019 as the School Board Recognition Month in North Ridgeville. And let's hope we continue to grow, have more students and more parents attend these meetings, and let's work together to make North Ridgeville strong. Thanks.
We certainly do appreciate the collaboration that we have with our city. And we thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule, Mr. Armbruster, for being here to recognize our Board of Education and inviting the citizens of North Ridgeville to thank the board members for their service to our community. In addition to the mayor's proclamation, we have several things that we would like to recognize tonight that have been provided on behalf of our principals and their buildings and their staff members and students. And I'd like to just take a moment to recognize each of the things that we have for you tonight to recognize Board Appreciation Month. We start with Mrs. Vance and the ECLC staff who have provided, and Mr. Ahern's going to help me with this, a stack of thank you cards all by each classroom, and they provided those on behalf, again, of the preschool and kindergarten classrooms for the Board of Education members. Thank you, Mrs. Vance.
Thank you for all you do.
And then coming out of Liberty with Mr. Heffron and his staff, specifically Jim Kennedy, who helped to put this together. You have to turn your chairs, but they have a little video that they would like to share with you this evening.
Dear all the board members, including all the board and all the community. Thank you for all of your hard work and really Hi, board members. Really cool. You laugh.
Ranger High Tech Academy, they actually, their 8th grade students came up with the idea to create the banners that are in front of you. And they created those based off of the individual conversations that they had with each of you about what your goals are for North Ridgeville. So you'll notice the words personalized learning, fine and performing arts, high quality curriculum, individualized education, and student success. Those were the terms and phrases that they took away from you during your interview as being the most important things about your service to North Ridgeville, and that's why they're on those banners. So thank you, Ranger High Tech Academy. Okay, next with Principal Armbruster, Principal Plantner, Principal Covey, and Principal Mauer at NRAC 3 through 8 and their staff members. They've created a host of things for you. So you all notice the Post-its as you walked in the door. Those are all personalized notes from staff members to each of the board members. In addition, there was a poster above that with signatures of all of the NRAC staff. In addition, they also have put together a video, and I would like to thank the following people who put that together, in addition to the principals: Nikki Roth, who is here with us tonight, Nicole Miller, Rita Cavalier, and Jim Brandenburg, who ultimately coordinated the video. And did I miss anything? And we'll watch that.
We appreciate your support in allowing us to have profit margins. Thank you for sponsoring one advocate. Thank you.
We commend your dedication to our team,
Community.
Students and families. 6, 7, 8. G. A. A. S. K. Y. O. U. Thank you. Thank you for
Thank you for providing environments that allow a focus on enhanced education and student growth. Activities like the Student Achievement Fair, mock trial, debate, the travel fair, and digital citizenship.
Thanks. You made North Ridgeville Ranger strong.
thank you. We value your commitment in recognizing our staff.
Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for technology.
I second that motion. So moved. Thank you for your late nights and making decisions. Meeting adjourned.
And the final item that NRAC 3 through 8 has for you, Mr. Heard will pass out. They are separate booklets for each of you with letters of thanks and mementos from our students within them. Okay, coming out of North Ridgeville High School, I'd like to thank the students from Todd Bebb and Charles Sinsel's class, as well as Mr. Zendry, for their design and production of the new nameplates and the gavel that you see before for you today. The students who are responsible for those works of art are Derek Wolf, Jordan Case, Austin Timko, and Ryan Calvert. So thank you very much, North Ridgeville High School. Finally, on behalf of the entire staff of North Ridgeville, we do have certificates of recognition provided by the Ohio School Boards Association, who also recognize and honor your service. I am honored to work beside this entire caring and dedicated staff, and that goes for our Board of Education. I do want to take a moment to thank Sam Amin and Kiva Hearn for really wrapping their arms around all of this and putting it in an order that makes sense to me, and for all of their work in coordinating the efforts on behalf of each and every single building, and the principals for allowing all of these tasks to occur in a very short time. Thank you for all you do. We are very fortunate to have all of you and work with you. And thank you all.
We have to take a deep breath after that. That's a little overwhelming. So, and I know all five of us sincerely appreciate all of your thoughts and support of what we do to help our students achieve so much that they achieve in this school district. We couldn't do it without the awesome administration that we have, without the incredible staff that we have. And I'm going to cry, so I'm going to stop because this is a lot. Thank you. It really means a lot to us.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We have one more recognition this evening, and that is to recognize the Kiwanis Club for a donation made to our early childhood learning community for use of a student bike in our preschool program. This is
Good evening again, everyone. Tonight is really not a recognition, or I'm just kind of the messenger tonight. I'm just so thrilled to have the opportunity to thank our North Ridgeville Kiwanis for their generous donation of our Amtrak bike to our building. It was one of those things where Michelle Heyer came along with Kendra and had worked with the Kiwanis and said, "Hey, I think we can get a bike." And I was like, "Whoa, okay." Really, was very passionate about working with the Kiwanis to be able to provide our special needs students with a bike they could ride. As part of our program, we have a gross motor program where kids are not able to maneuver our regular bikes, and so to have this bike that's specially designed for them is amazing. And kind of funny to see them riding down the hall with that little flag on it, but they are making their movement, so I allow it. But the trike itself was donated to a student, Jared Powell, and they're currently working on a donation for another student, Angela Singleton, who attends Liberty. And the small preschool bikes that was donated was around, I believe, $350. And the larger bikes are approximately $1,000. So we've been very fortunate to have that bike donated to us. The North Ridgeville Kiwanis are also going to be having a spaghetti dinner in February to help pay for that bike, so just a little plug. I like spaghetti.
February 8th.
February 8th. Church. And so we're very grateful for that donation, and I don't know, Michelle, if you want to say anything.
I just personally want to thank you all so much. The kids have so enjoyed the bike. We've got one that today was pedaling on his own. Hasn't done that before, so that was kind of fun to see. And they really enjoyed it. So we put you a little poster together of our children that have used the bike. We've added a couple more to it this week, actually, that are able to use it. And then this will be Angelo. You have not met him yet. And this is his little sister, and Sophia. And they both will be able to use that as she gets older and gets back. So thank you so much. We really appreciate it. The kids do too.
Thank you again to the Kiwanis Club for their generous donation to our school system. And more than that, the opportunity for students to be able to participate in an activity that they might not otherwise be able to participate in. So thank you very much.
So, January starts a new year for us. I think for all of us, right? But it starts a new term for the school board. So we do our elections every January for president and vice president. We set our agenda for the school year. And one of the things that we decided we wanted to do was to set our agenda so that we would have more opportunities to communicate with our community, and so our community would have more opportunities to communicate with us, and especially before we make decisions and vote on items. So you'll see our first meeting in every month is the first Tuesday. We will be holding those in this room in the future, and there will be an opportunity during those meetings to address the board. So if there's something on the agenda, which you'll be able to see ahead of time, if there's something on the agenda you'd like to speak about, you can come to those meetings and address the board. And then at our second meeting of the month, which is the third Tuesday, which is like tonight, is when we take action and we vote on things. So that's a change for us, because in the past, the first Tuesday of every month, we did not have an opportunity for public to address the board. It wasn't part of our agenda. So we've added that to our monthly meetings. So we invite you to come to our first Tuesday board meeting. It starts at 5:30, and again, it's the first Tuesday of every month. The other thing that we did was change up this agenda just a little bit. We added announcements in the beginning before we break for pictures and everything that we do after our recognition. Excuse me. We'd like to take an intermission for pictures and to document all these fabulous students and fabulous staff that we have and community members that donate to us. So we're going to start tonight our first opportunity to give announcements, and these will be from our administrators and board members who serve on different committees throughout the district, and they are liaisons to different committees, so they can share some of that information that they've learned through those meetings with all of us before you guys depart for the evening to celebrate your children and staff. So at this time, if any staff members, administrators, or board members have announcements?
I would like to, Madam President.
Yes, please.
I am the liaison for the PTA Council, and I attended last Monday's meeting, and there are some fantastic events that are happening in our district, and I wanted to highlight the wonderful things that I was able to hear that are happening inside the school. First of all, just to remind the community and the board, dodgeball is scheduled for March 15th, and the flyers should be going out shortly. The teams are getting formed. The colors are all coming, so we are very excited about that. We will have, Mr. Planner is spearheading that as well. So that is happening on Friday, March 15th. PTA Council was able to donate a lot of grants to our staff members, so we thank them for that donation. In addition, they also have some money for the district that they would like to spend for us. So that's something that we want to start to consider the school and the board. Also, I'd like to highlight some of the events that are happening within each of the schools that I was lucky enough to hear. At the ECLC, they are in the midst of kindergarten registration, and they're doing it a little differently this year, which sounds really exciting. I'm going to do this very quickly. They were only allowed to say two things in the meeting, or else and somebody didn't follow that rule. However, so that's information about at ECLC. At Liberty, they have a boys mentoring club, and they are expanding it to include girls, which sounds really exciting, and thank you, Mr. Heffron, for that. At NRAC 3-4 building, Mr. Plantner's LAC club is just fantastic. The students, instead of just hanging out, chilling, they're able to do laps, and they have meters or some type of technology that they scan that shows how much they go around, and it sounds really neat to keep them motivated and working, keeping moving. And they're possibly maybe going over to Liberty as well. So that's really neat. At the NRAC 5 to 8 building, they're gearing up for field trips. In addition, throughout the district, they're working on Ranger Strong initiatives. There will be a kindness assembly in February at NRAC 5 to 8. So we are very fortunate to have so many wonderful things happening in the district. At High Tech, they are in the middle of registration as well. So I'm sure that's overwhelming. But I wanted to personally thank them for all of the wonderful things and let the board know everything that I got to hear at the council meeting. There was a lot more stuff, and I'll be happy to share, but that's the highlights.
Thank you, Ms. Hudson. Any other announcements from the board this evening?
I would just like to thank our service groups. This community is absolutely a wonderful community. And if you're looking for an opportunity to serve and give back to the community we call home, we really do have some great service groups, whether it be Kiwanis, who was here this evening, the Lions Club, Rotary. It's really an opportunity to give back. And the things they do for our school district, you can't even put into words just how much they do and how committed they are to our kids in this community. So if you have an opportunity and you have some spare time, check into the different service groups. Really, they need people, they always welcome new people, and they really do a lot for North Ridgeville. So thank you to them.
The Ranger Parent Club, which is the high school group of supporters, they are doing the an after prom, a fundraiser for after prom. It is on Friday, February 8th. So after you go to the Kiwanis spaghetti dinner, don't fill up there, because you can go to Tom's Country Place for a after prom fundraiser. It's $25 a person. There's a $100 door prize, and it's from 6 to 9. You can go on Facebook or our website to get contact information for the Ranger Parent Club. Get information about that. Anything else this evening? Okay. Seeing none, it is time for us to call for a brief intermission. We will have all of our students meet out in the hallway. We're going to get you some certificates and get your pictures taken, along with our staff of the month and anyone else who wants to get a picture taken. And thank you for those of you who are staying. We appreciate it. I wanted to read a little letter that we got. Dear Board of Education, thank you for setting up our Chromebooks. I was thinking I might join the Board of Education. You are the best. You're the best I ever met. I would like to see you someday. We won't. That's awesome. So again, much appreciation.
Can I point out one thing in
Sure,
their
please.
books? One of the children wrote thank you, and then they wrote a piece of paper, and it says meeting. We'll have a meeting today. We will have another meeting tomorrow. Thank you. They get it.
They know us so well. So awesome. Okay, so now is hearing of public on agenda items. If there's anybody that would like to speak about an item that is on the agenda, you can do so now.
Don't get all excited, I ain't talking.
I was like, brought me up here to this moral support scene.
Okay, I don't see any right now, so we'll have more time at the end if we need to. That brings us to our consent agenda, but we don't have any reports tonight, right? So that takes us to our finance audit report. The financial report and report of interest and investments provides a monthly summary of activity related to the operations of the district. Through the 6-month period ending December 2018, financial results are effectively on plan with no material variances. General fund interest, revenue, and gains on investments total $326 million through this thousand. Maybe somebody else should read this one. Let me start that over. General fund interest, revenue, and gains on investments total $326,000 through December. I know you're disappointed now. 71% increase over the prior year. I recommend that we approve this finance item on one reading. Can I have a second, please?
Second.
Moved by myself, seconded by Mr. Vaca. Any discussion?
I want your first number back.
Yeah, so do I. Sorry about that. We're gonna put you in charge of reading this next time. Roll call, please.
Ms. McCarthy?
Yes.
Mr. Baca?
Yes.
Ms. Yetsey?
Yes.
Ms. Saxon?
Yes.
Mr. Muir?
Yes.
Okay, that brings us to other board business, communications reports. Mrs. Yetsey.
The Board of Education accepts the following gifts to the schools. Oscilloscopes, network analyzer, estimated value $500, was donated by Jim Bird to the Ranger High Tech Academy to be used where needed. 37 books donated, estimated value of $100 by Judy Skillhorn to the Ranger High Tech Academy to be used in the library. We thank you for your generous donations in the North Ridgeville City Schools. Total donations received for the 2018-2019 school year total $7,455.10. I recommend that we approve these communication items on one reading.
Second.
I have a motion by Ms. Yetsey and a second by Mr. Vaca. Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Yetsey?
Yes.
Mr. Baca?
Yes.
Ms. Saxon?
Yes.
Mr. Muir?
Yes.
Ms. McCarthy?
Yes. Brings us to building and operations report. Mr. Vaca.
We have the need to dispose of projectors from the old middle school and Wilcox Elementary. Due to the age and condition of the projectors, they are no longer of use. Additionally, we have the need to dispose of iPads previously used in our special education settings. Because of the condition and age of these devices, it has been determined that they are beyond repair and not longer of use. I recommend that we approve these building and operation items on one reading.
Second. Moved by Mr. Vaca, seconded by Mrs. Tamira. Sorry, Mrs. Tamira. It's okay. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Baca?
Yes.
Mr. Muir?
Yes.
Ms. Yetsey?
Yes.
Ms. Saxon?
Yes.
Ms. McCarthy?
Yes. Takes us to human resources report. Ms. Saxon.
We have a number of human resources items that I recommend the board approve on one reading. 1 support staff leave replacement, 2 special project stipends for AP curriculum writing, 15 special project stipends for tutors for 3rd grade guarantee intervention, 1 special project stipend to assist a student with disabilities in interscholastic athletics, 2 support staff appointments, 4 support staff substitute appointments, 9 certified salary adjustments for educational attainment, 1 supplemental contract adjustment, 1 certified leave approval, 2 support leave approvals, 1 supplemental resignation, 1 support staff substitute resignation. I recommend that we approve these human resources items on one reading.
Second.
We have a motion by Ms. Saxon and a second by Ms. Yetsey. That takes us to page 11. Motion by Ms. Saxon, second by Ms. Yetsey. Is there any discussion? I would just like to mention that I'm really excited that we have a support staff person that's helping with interscholastic athletics. I think that's pretty awesome that we have, I'm sorry, an intervention specialist, yes. I think that's wonderful. Anything else? Roll call, please.
Ms. Saxon?
Yes.
Ms. Yetsey?
Yes.
Mr. Muir?
Yes.
Mr. Baca?
Yes.
Ms. McCarthy?
Yes. Hearing of public on new items. Anyone would like to speak about anything? You can do so now at the podium. In front of everybody? In front of, yes, in front of everybody.
And in the writing address.
No one?
Do you need us to?
No, I don't need you.
I could come up with something.
Only if you want to.
No, please don't, Dave.
We don't want the world's longest board meeting.
If It is recommended that the Board of Education enter an executive session to discuss the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, compensation of public employees and matters related to negotiations of public employees.
Move. Second.
Moved by Mr. Mira, second by Ms. Yetsey. Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Mura?
Yes.
Ms. Yetsey?
Yes.
Ms. Saxon?
Yes.
Mr. Baca?
Yes.
Ms. McCarthy?
Yes. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming.